Let's go to Mel Wood from Oregon. Mel or Mel Wood, welcome to the program. What's on your mind today? Mel Wood, you're on the air, but you must correctly configure your audio device, please. And last chance for Mel Wood.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Sorry about that, David. Thanks for taking my call.
My pleasure.
My first time using Discord, so.
Well,
anyways,
anything is better
really
than a fail, and
appreciate
we made the connection work.
Yay. Really curious if you have anything, an opinion on ranked choice voting. They're talking about it a lot here in Oregon, and mainly like in the Portland, they're pushing it through. And I was just wondering what your opinion on that is.
Yeah, I have probably 20 clips on my YouTube channel, including interviews with experts on ranked choice and transferable vote systems. So we've talked about this extensively. To summarize it, I believe that one of the major three reforms that we need in the United States is a move away from first past the post voting for the presidential election to some kind of ranked or transferable system. Now, there are some ranked choice voting systems which would potentially put in power someone who was not the first choice of almost any voter. So that's like an attack on ranked choice voting that you will sometimes hear. However, this has been resolved, and we've talked in detail about transferable vote systems where you rank the candidates and those rankings are tabulated in a way where that can't happen. And I believe that in addition to getting away from the Electoral College, as well as campaign finance reform, are three extraordinarily important reforms that should be made. So I am in favor of going to some type of transferable or ranked system.
Okay, great. I really appreciate your opinion on that, and I will go back and look at some of your other videos that I haven't seen then.
All right, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right, there goes Mel Wood slash Mel. Just a reminder to everybody in the waiting room for talking to me, you must have your name and location or location and name in your nickname that displays. Otherwise, you're ineligible to be called on. I see people in there who are not meeting that requirement. Even the same people every single week raising their hand, and that's why you're not getting called on, just so people know why.